Yes, sir. Hey, yo, Jalen Rose, welcome. Yo, who could have imagined when you were watching ESPN years back in the glory days, in the peak days, when you used to keep it on in the background, overhearing what's going on while you're doing tasks, homework, studying, whatever it may be. Who could have imagined that it would come to this? Toxic feminist energy left and right. Everything is about becoming ultra progressive, being woke. The list goes on. Who would think that it would come to this? You got former athletes, 6 foot plus athletes, some odd pounds, that have sweat equity in creating these spaces that so many men out here enjoy. But with women infiltrating these spaces, watering it down, making it about them, as if people are tuning in to hear what they got to say about the football game and statistics and analytics. They're not understanding that people are turning away. Disney got a hold of ESPN, and I guess since they're affiliated with ABC, they're going to bring all of this toxic energy, this emotional energy from these female co-hosts and turn ESPN, NBA Countdown, First Take, whatever show it may be, with these toxic females and turn it into General Hospital, bro. You got the casual fan, the better, the diehard that's trying to tune in to ESPN, and they're sitting like, you got to be shitting me that I'm watching you guys talk about Ime Udoka and him having a casual relationship with some chick in the Celtics organization. You got to be shitting me. You got dudes out here that are trying to tune in to see if there might be a healthy scratch. Is Kawhi Leonard playing tonight? They're sitting here looking at Jalen Rose simp for women and the people that are behind the strings that put the gun to his head like it's a hostage situation, bros. This is pathetic. Yo, from Jalen Rose to Dominique Foxworth, Marcus Spears, Stephen A. Simp, Jason Williams, Michael Wilbon, Kirk Herbstreit, etc., bro. All of these dudes are major simps for these women that nobody are interested in. They might find them quite attractive, but for those that get a whiff of that energy, smelling the fumes through the TV screen, dudes are tuning out. It's getting old. It's getting annoying. Jalen Rose states, or pretty much made a statement, asked a question that everybody and their mother is asking on social media, Twitter, wherever it may be. Who is the female that was in this casual relationship? Why is her information being withheld? Simple questions. But then I guess Jalen Rose has to pay the price and simp for the woman in ESPN, even though he's telling the truth, even though it was genuine, it came from the gut. You're asking simple questions. You got these bozo females from the Celtics organization, some chubby blonde chick talking about women aren't safe at the Celtics organization now because people are doing investigative work and trying to figure out who this chick is. Why is she so important, or who the hell is she? Like, this shit is so silly. But dudes like Jalen Rose, welcome. Black men simping for women at ESPN, and the series will continue. Jalen Rose asked for Ime Udoka's accuser to be named, quickly apologizes. Quote, I now understand fully why her name should not be released to the public. Well, Jalen, just like the rest of liberals, ultra progressive that don't do their research and homework, the name of this Celtics employee is Kathleen Lynch, I believe, bro. A mother of three. And they want to treat Ime Udoka as the perpetrator. Bros, just pay attention. As a man, and specifically a black man, you're going to be held to a higher standard every single time. So don't look for the equality that these bozo feminists and liberals preach for. That's non-existent. Gender pay gap. The conversations, beta male debates about the WNBA. Those are going nowhere. You're always going to be held to a higher standard. They wanted to withhold this chick who's married, bros. What does that tell you about how the public feels about marriage? that they could try to hold a man more accountable than the female who's married and a mother of three. What kind of example are you setting? But in this era, what examples are being set anyway? Speaking on Friday's NBA Countdown, ESPN's Jalen Rose made some controversial comments as it relates to Ime Udoka and specifically the Boston Celtics employee, accusing Udoka of making unwanted advances toward her. Rose apologized shortly after the comments. Bros, this is why getting involved with that little flame in the workplace might not be worth it. A good amount of people have successful little casual flings with some co-workers at happy hours, get-togethers and Christmas parties, whatever it may be. Then after that flame goes down, that high wears off, and she has her eyes on the new guy that just got hired, starts going to lunch with this guy. Are you going to be okay? You got a couple dudes that lose their marbles because of shitty, sloppy situations like this because they want to chase ass where they're eating. That's why a good amount of people say don't shit where you eat. So this is nothing more, nothing less than a case study like all of these stories that get pushed to the public. Towards the end of the NBA Countdown pregame show, Rose wanted to know why the woman's name is not known to the public, given that Udoka's is. Simple, bro. All right, let's check it out.
And by the way, to piggyback off Stephen A's point about what Ime did, we know his name. Maybe I'm missing something as it relates to the law, but why we don't know her name? It's not like she's a minor. I feel like we should know her name publicly as well. But with that being said, I respectfully disagree with the legend Michael Wilbon. This is why. I feel like he deserves the opportunity to work again.
Okay. Was that so terrible? But we're in the era to where people could get backlash from posting a link, so nothing should surprise you. The question is this. If Jalen Rose was a guest on First Take, would he have asked this question with Molly Karam sitting there on the other side of the table? Then at halftime of the game between the Chicago Bulls and Celtics, ESPN aired a statement from Rose apologizing for his commentary. So this is what he stated. Let's check the video out.
Jalen Rose, and I would like to apologize for a comment I made earlier on NBA Countdown. I question why a woman's name who had an alleged affair with Celtics head coach Ime Udoka was not made public. After an internal investigation, and it was discovered that she was a subordinate to the head coach.
Subordinate? Internal investigation? Yo, what you mean to tell me, man? On commercial break, the people behind that curtain put that gun to your head? Because right now, it looked like Jalen Rose is in a hostage situation. It looked like as soon as that green screen go away, they about to chop his head off if he doesn't read the right words. Bros, so you mean to tell me that you ask a simple question that everybody and their mother is asking on Twitter, that's why they're digging into the Celtics organization? Is it this chick? Is it this one? Is it this one? You get me? Yo, in the commercial break, they tell you that you're going to have to read off of this. You're going to have to apologize. You said something that was genuine. You said something that the simple man is asking. Even though we already know we got to believe all women. We got to understand all women. We got to be empathetic. We got to throw away logic. We just got to be liberal and ultra progressive, ultra welcoming. The list goes on. We cannot tell the truth at all, or you will get vilified. That's sexist, misogynistic. You're insensitive. You hate your mother. You're bitter. Everything is going to get thrown at you. But bros, this is pathetic. Former athletes out here looking like wimps and simps, bros. For what? ESPN did an internal investigation that people on Twitter and social media already figured out weeks before this segment right here. That's simple shit right there, bros. And then they tell you to read off of this sheet. Read off of this shit like you got the Taliban behind you, ready to behead you because you dare to ask a common sense question about who is the woman that isn't getting punished, but Udoka is. This woman is married, but we're going to hold this black man more accountable because that's exactly what he is. A black man, a Negro. Who does he think he is? Making unwanted advances at a subordinate? So now they try to bring up this power dynamic. Bros, if one thing's for sure, two things for certain, the woman in this era, and of course the women of the past, they love that power dynamic. They start dripping at that power dynamic. Supervisor, general manager, foreman. The list goes on. Any way up that ladder, they're ready for you to clap those cheeks, bros. Because of that power dynamic, the opportunity of getting a promotion, maybe getting some cash advances, maybe some free shoes. You get me? That's all they're thinking about because it's all in the moment until it shrivels. I remember I'm watching Billions, watching it towards the end of the 6th season and whatnot. You had the dude, Mike, I forgot his name, the bald dude that pretty much took Bobby Axelrod out of office, out of business. You had his job. There was this chick, some little quirky chick, and she knows that there was this non-binary chick that had a little thing for her, you get me? But she wasn't feeling her like that. So later down the line, he had a little party celebrating. Comes to find out at the end of that episode, the man is coming out of the bathroom and the girl is right there. They could try to throw this power dynamic shit in the public's faces, but it's bullshit. Trying to say that you're throwing your weight around as if you're saying that you're Ime Udoka. I'm the head coach. Let me get that. Like, come on, bro. Are we serious? We could say that Ime Udoka might have not gotten over the chick if that was the case, but we don't know that. We know dudes might get a little possessive. They're in the workplace, and now they turn that shit into an awkward situation. It happens all of the time. That's why you got to ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth it to get into some situation with a chick you work with? Then if shit goes sour, anything could happen. Anything could take place.
Jalen Rose, and I would like to apologize for a comment I made earlier on NBA Countdown. I question why a woman's name who had an alleged affair with Celtics head coach Ime Udoka was not made public. After an internal investigation, and it was discovered that she was a subordinate to the head coach, I now understand fully why her name should not be released to the public. Now back to our NBA cover.
Damn. Hey, yo, it feels like every time you turn on First Take, NBA Countdown, any one of these shows on Fox Sports Network with any one of these beta males and these fans masquerading as journalists and debaters and whatnot, bros, it feels like you're watching a show within a show. Like, these people are just characters, man, and they trying to make this energy trickle down to the masses, bros. Don't fall for it. Jalen Rose is a major simp and is just making it a bad look left and right, bro. Left and right. Oh, my goodness. But it's enough of that, man. I'm out.